how do we empower the smallholder farmer to increase productivity? Today, I'm at RST Company Ltd, one of Ghana's leading supplier in agricultural machines. I will be speaking to the CEO and founder of RST Company Ltd on this particular issue or topic today. My name is Sohiniba Kusiachiwa, your Miss Agriculture Ghana. Let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we delve into the conversation. It's Let's Talk Agribusiness. Welcome back, and if you just joined us, you're watching Let's Talk Agribusiness. Today we are looking at how to empower the smallholder farmer to increase productivity, and I wouldn't be doing this alone. To aid me with this conversation, I'll be speaking to Mr. Samson Ayikwe Tete, who is the founder and CEO of RST Company Ltd. Mr. Samson Ayikwe Tete, Let's Talk Agribusiness.
Thank you.
Papa, how is work and how is it going?
Well, thank God, everything is moving fine.
I see. It's been a while.
We're doing great.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, see. It's been a long time.
I know, right? Okay, Papa, so delving into the conversation, how will you define a smallholder farmer in your own words?
Good. A smallholder farmer is someone who farms, let's say, from half an acre to about 10 acres. I will call that person a small scale farmer or a smallholder farmer. Yes. Now, these ones form a very large proportion of the farmers in Ghana. So I will say that the country's food security is truly dependent on them.
Now, we are looking at, which means we've established, or we've both established the fact that our food security highly depends on these smallholder farmers. Now, the question is, how do we empower them to increase productivity?
Good. Now, if we talk about empowering somebody to do more what he was doing before, in this case, in agri, then it means we having to get the person to do more than what he would have ordinarily done left on his own. And in this case, it is the employment of agricultural technology. Now we are looking at people who are aged, men, women, particularly. In the past, man, wife, and children are all on the farm, so they were able to produce more. Today, it's not like that. The young, vibrant men have all moved to the city. So it is only the aged, weak, elderly who can be found over there. Now, how can we get these people to do more than they are doing?
So, there as in where specifically?
Good. When we talk about the smallholder farmer, it does not depend on the location. It is the amount or the quantity the person is able to do. So even if it's in around Accra here, and the person there is only between half an acre and 10, then he falls within this category. Now, because of the demographic distribution of labor, we have the stronger, vibrant ones moving into the city. Those that are left on the farmlands are not able to do much. So empowering them is what will enable them to do what we are expecting. How do we do that? By employing agri mechanization. Now, it has to be smaller, simple tools, user-friendly, that even women will be able to use. Because a large population of farmers, those who provide food for us today, are women.
I want us to break the agricultural mechanization down a bit, especially to those of us who are a bit new in the agribusiness sector. Let's break this term a bit down for them to understand? If we say agricultural mechanization is one way of solving or empowering the smallholder farmer to increase production, what do we mean by that?
It is simply any tool or machine that can help the farmer to be able to do what he had been doing with his manual strength much more easier and quickly than he was doing before. Yes. Any tool or machine that is able to do this can be referred to as agricultural mechanization.
And I know RST Company Ltd, you are into most of these agricultural machines. Can you take us through some of these handheld machines that can aid the smallholder farmer to increase productivity?
Yes.
To increase production.
Thank you. Now, farming starts from land cultivation, then planting. After planting, maybe irrigation. If where you are, water is not common, you need to do some irrigation. Now, as the plants are growing, maybe you need to weed around it. Then, when it is ready and matured, you need small tools to harvest, and on like that. But now let me go into details. For example, we have the slasher. It's a very small tool. One can put it on his back or her back, and then it is used to do everything. It can be used to slash weeds. Then, after you have slashed the weeds, it has also got a hoe which can weed just like the manual hoe, but this time it's mechanized. So it does it very fast and neat. Thereafter, the same slasher machine has a small water pump which can irrigate. In addition to the water pump, if there are a few trees that you want to cut down, it has a chainsaw. Maybe you would want to dig a trench so that water can pass through the trench to your various plants. It has a trencher.
That's a multi-purpose
machine. So let's say that you have one of these slashers and you can use it for all these purposes. Now it is time for planting. You prepared your land. We have a manual planter. It's so interesting watching it work. The manual planter does all grains. It does all grains. So it can do maize, it can do soya, it can do rice, everything.
Very interesting.
Just the same small machine. How does it work? You put the seeds into the pot. In fact, there are two pots. One is a fertilizer pot and the other is a seed pot. So you just keep pushing it along the line. It will dig the hole, it will put in the seed, it will cover it.
Hold on. I know at this point somebody is just wondering how these machines will look like on the farm. But trust me, we'll be going to the practical session where RST Company Ltd will be giving us a practical session of how these machines can be used. And I know you need one on your farm. We're saying RST Company Ltd. But quickly, we've spoken about the slasher. That is the multi-purpose slasher. And then we've also spoken about the planter as well. What are some of the other things? And these are all machines that even women can use. Our women can
easily. They are user-friendly. User-friendly.
So what other machines can we look at?
Good. So, after the planter has done so, normally, before it will be time for harvesting, weeds will grow around it. You can use the multi-purpose slasher to weed around it. It has one of the tools which we call it the hoe. Just like in the olden days and in the farm, we weed around our plants. This mechanized hoe does it the same way. Beautifully and very fast. So now you weeded around it. It has matured. It is time for harvesting. Now, the first two we mentioned, the slasher, if it is rice or paddy, because it is not time, it's not processed yet, so we call it paddy. If it is paddy, the slasher can harvest the paddy and gather it together. You can use that too. Have slashing it and gathering it together. So you have it. If it is maize, you can use that to mold them down, and then you come to take up your maize from it. So it can help in harvesting also soya. Unfortunately, in the places in Ghana where soya is planted or cultivated, they uproot it and put it into multi-crop threshers, which disturb the machine a lot. It slows down also the process. But with these slasher, you can use it to cut the soya beans at a higher level, taking only the soya beans and leaving the stick. Yes. So it can be used for harvesting. Now, let us assume it is maize you have harvested. It is time for shelling the maize. Well, there are smaller machines you will dehusk and put it into the machine and it will shell it for you. I remember in the olden days when we were in the farms, you will do this until
I know, right?
you have your fingers hurt. In fact, they hurt. So most of the time when they call us to come and do it, you see this one passing the corner and all that. But now, machines do them much more easily. Yes.
Very interesting.
So that is when you use the maize shell. Now, we also have a mini combined harvester for maize.
Mini combined harvester?
Yes. It is only one row. It cuts the maize and then dehusks it, and then it drops the maize with a cup for you. So when you take it, you just put it into a shell and it will shell. So we have paddy threshers also. After the slasher has harvested the paddy, it is thrown into the thresher, and the thresher will separate the shrubs or the husk from the paddy itself.
Papa, hold on. Let's take a quick commercial break. I know it's getting interesting. You want to know more. You want to learn more. Perhaps you just joined the conversation. It's Let's Talk Agribusiness. Yes, and today we are looking at how to empower the smallholder farmer. Tete has already told us who a smallholder farmer is. Somebody who is cultivating anything from a half acre to about 10 acres. You fall within this category of a smallholder farmer. And there are machines that makes work easier and faster that you can adopt to make your work easy and faster. Let's go on a quick commercial break, and when we are back, we'll still delve into this conversation. So let's talk agribusiness. Okay, so welcome back to Let's Talk Agribusiness. And picking up from the conversation, Mr. Tete was explaining some machines that you can adopt as a smallholder farmer to make your work easier and faster. We've spoken about the slasher, we've spoken about the planter. If you just joined the conversation, you can as well follow all our social media handles at Miss Agriculture Ghana, and you have up-to-date information on most of all these machines. Very soon we'll be moving to the grounds to see or to have a look at these machines yourself. Yes, know how they look like, so that just in case you make up your mind to get any of these machines, you speak to RST Company Ltd to be able to help you out in selecting these machines. Mr. Tete, please, so now you've told us some of these machines. Are they, is that all, or is there anything more you can add up to it, so that quickly we move out and then look at something else?
There are many more. There are many more. Now, for instance, the maize sheller has been used. You've shelled your maize. Now you go into the market. How would you know the quantity that you are rolling out? Yes, there is a need for a scale to be able to weigh what quantity you are rolling out. In kilograms, you have it, so you'll be able to know exactly what you are selling. In these days, when standards, all of us are being encouraged to use standards, there is the need for us to use the scale to be able to know what quantity of commodity you are selling out. And this is a real encouragement. Some of us in the offices, supermarkets, wherever, if we want to buy something, we want to know exactly what weight or quantity we're buying. So the scale is also very important in this regard.
Now let's talk about RST Company Ltd. You've been in this organization business for quite some time now. How is the business like?
Modestly speaking, we have been about 27 years in.
Modestly.
Yes.
I see.
We've been into this business for the past 27 years. We have moved from very rough stages and risen to where we are now. I will not say that we are still at the rough age. No, we have actually made a lot of progress. Whereby today, if you call anyone at all and ask of any agric machine, the first company to be mentioned will be RST Company Ltd. It is through your help and that of other people in the media who have helped us to do that thing. But more importantly, because of the service we rendered to our customers, that was what made them go and then come again and again and again. Now, the supplying agri mechanization and being in the agri sector is not something that anyone who is in a hurry to make money goes into.
That's a punchline.
Yes. It is a business that goes at a very slow pace. But our passion is to be able to solve challenges in the agri sector. So as we bring this today, it solves problems. The customer introduces new challenges, and then we are able to find a means of solving that. And as we keep doing that, we keep growing. And the confidence of the customers in our company is also growing very, very fast. So that is how it is. Patience, endurance, and also perseverance. These are the things that have brought us this far.
Patience, endurance, and perseverance.
Yes. Above all, love of your customers. Your love for them. If you don't love them, you want to make money quickly. You bring in machines that may not be perfect for them, and you don't care about that once you take your money. But mind you, if you do that, you have customers today, tomorrow you wouldn't find them.
On this one, we've heard about instances where machines are being used on the farm and then it breaks down and there are no parts to fix it. Sometimes even government machines that are being given to farmers, these machines are being used on the farm by the farmers and then it breaks down. They can't find their spare parts or they just can't fix it. You need to bring people from outside to fix these machines. RST Company Ltd. What is the issue actually?
It is true. There are many suppliers of machines who would just want to supply, collect their monies. That is the end of it. It is the bane of our big sector. has not been helping at all. Now, what RST does so that our customers do not suffer the same fate, no matter what machine we are bringing, even if it is the first time, it will be accompanied by some amount of spare parts. At the time when we have ordered the machines, we ask the manufacturer, please, what are the parts that will normally break down? Give us a list of them. And then we buy these machines and bring them along with the parts. So, in fact, today, from any part of the country, a customer can call, and if the machine has been supplied by RST, you will be able to get the part and send it within 24 hours.
Wow.
Yes, it will reach the customer. It's just a matter of phone call. As we supply the machines, we have given them manuals. These manuals contain the parts, so you have a parts book. All you need to do is to look into the manual and tell me the parts number of what has spoiled. We just go into our books, tell you the cost, and small cost for transporting it. Immediately you send it to us by Momo or whatever means. The money gets to us, we parcel, we give it to a vehicle, but the next morning you can pick it up at the purchasing point.
That's great.
All the machines we sell have their parts. In fact, we have a top floor, each room measuring about 15 by 15, and we have as many as 12 of them filled with spare parts. We give each machinery a room to take spare parts only. Not too long ago, I imported just 3 combined harvesters. The spare parts on it alone was $26,000. Yes, because I do not want my customer's machine to break down for him to set down. We have maintained that policy till today. Yes.
And it's good for RST Company.
That is what has made us survive. There was a time a survey was conducted into how many agri machinery suppliers are in Ghana. They had a full number. Then they said they wanted to visit them, and the report that came, out of about 69 suppliers of agri machinery, they styled themselves as suppliers.
Exactly. They said.
Yes. By the time the survey was conducted, the active ones were not up to 10.
Wow. In this country.
In this country. Now, what they do is they see it as a rosy thing to do. They enter into it, and then because they cannot meet the needs of the customer by way of parts and other things, they also fizzle out. Yes. So this is one area that farmers who are procuring agri equipment should look at. There's the supplier has spare parts for the machine. Ask to see them physically
before you make any decision.
To buy.
So you might be watching me, and just in case you have in mind, or you've watched this interview and you want to acquire any of these handheld machines to make your work easy and faster, like Mr. Tete said, you need to ask further questions. People post themselves as people who are authority on these issues, but you know the right place to be. That is RST Company Ltd. This is where you are sure that the machines you are buying or whatever you are buying from RST, just in case there's a breakdown, you have other spare parts to support it. I know you do installations, you move all over the country to help people who acquire your machines. What has been some of the challenges you faced, especially in dealing with these type of farmers we are talking about, the smallholder farmer?
Yeah. Unfortunately, on a few occasions, let's say the premises for the installation have not met the standards. We have gone beyond where you dig the person's concrete, put in stored, put the machine on it, and then you pour concrete on it. No, we've gone beyond that. You see this floor, which is terrazzo. I can easily install a rice mill here.
On a terrazzo?
Yes. Yeah, people tile their milling rooms and we install rice mills on it.
Wow.
It is simple. We have an installation table for every machine. It doesn't sit on the floor. There is a table. So we lift the machine and put on it. The table is bolted to the ground by the use of anchor bolts. Very simple. And then it will be as strong and as hard as your ground. Sadly, on a few occasions we go to installation sites and the concreting is not hard enough. The area to be located, because most of the time there is a waste product which will go out there and then you put it in the midst of residents. It wouldn't help. Let's look at paddy husk going out and people are sitting down and it's flying all over their heads. These are some of the challenges. And some people also prefer, they'll say that they'll procure their own installation material. And they buy inferior ones. And then we get there and then we have to reject all of them and they have to start buying again. So these have been some of the challenges, but people have come to understand that if you buy according to what RST has specified, you will install for it. And for the majority of the people to save themselves the trouble, they give us the money for the installation materials. So for them. All they do, and then we do the training immediately.
After the installation,
how to use the machines. So it's been a joy installing smaller machines, medium-sized machines, and very large machines.
I was coming to that. What is the ratio, or what would you say is the percentage of people who purchase from you, looking at commercial farmers and then smallholder farmers?
I will say that if we're talking about numbers, the smallholder farmers are.
Wow. That's
we are talking about numbers. Yes. But if we talk about the effect, the impact, then we will say
the larger.
the larger stockholder, the larger commercial farmers are those who do on a wider scale, so they are more.
And with these smallholder farmers who are more, the percentage of women in them?
Great. The percentage of the women in these days is becoming higher than the men.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Because a few of the men have left their abodes to look for greener pastures in the cities. Now, when they leave the women there, what do? They have to do farming to be able to survive with the few kids that have been left for them. Yeah. So the number of women in Agric is growing, and we are happy that you are championing the cause of women in Agric. Yes. This is a great encouragement to them.
Sure.
Because they are doing Ghana a great service.
Mr. Tete, it's been great having this conversation with you.
Thank you.
We'll be moving to the field to see the practical aspect of it. I know you've enjoyed this session, the interview session. Now you're moving to the part 2 where you get to see some of these machines that were being mentioned by Mr. Tete or RST Company Ltd right here on the show. Don't go anywhere. We are taking a quick commercial break, and when we are back, we're moving straight to the premises of RST Company Limited to have a look at these machines that were mentioned earlier on by Mr. Tete in our conversation. Just in case you're watching me, wherever you're watching me from, and you want to be interviewed or you want to be on the show, you only need to call the numbers you see on your screen for partnership or sponsorship, and then you will be on the show. My name is Oyinba Kusiachiwa. Quickly, let's move. Welcome back, and let's talk agribusiness. If you just joined the conversation, like we mentioned earlier, today we are at RST Company Limited, one of Ghana's leading supplier of agricultural machines. And we have been speaking to Mr. Tete, who is the founder and CEO of RST Company Limited. It's time to show you some of these handheld machines that can make your work easy and faster on the farm. I still have here with me Mr. Tete to take us through these handheld machines to make our work easier. Don't go anywhere, stick and stay with us as we take you through the machines. Okay, so I'm still here with Mr. Tete, the founder and CEO of RST Company Limited. And it's time to show you some of these machines that can help or aid our smallholder farmers to increase productivity. Mr. Tete, can you take us through the machines? Like what you mentioned in there, what do we have here and how does it work?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Now, this is the slasher, which was the first machine I mentioned in our earlier discussion. Now, this is the engine of it, and then you can just put it at the back. So that is the machine and the various accessories it has.
Okay.
Let me explain. Because of this blade, we call it slasher.
Okay.
That is the main tool. This can be used to slash weeds, and when it comes to the harvesting of paddy, it is the same thing which is used. It slashes, and then this is called the backpack.
Okay.
The backpack collects the paddy and gathers it at one point.
Wow.
So that is the slasher. Now, interestingly, it has many tools that goes with it. For example, if you have some trees on your farm, not too big, but you want to cut them down, this is a chainsaw. It's an accessory
that comes
to
with
the machine. Yes. This is a pruner. Trees that are very tall and you just want to cut off some of the branches, this will be able to help you to do that. Then, this is a water pump. Interestingly, this small thing can still water your farm. This is water pump. It will be attached. This is called the gearbox. Most of the tools are hanged or hinged on this as the gearbox to be able to perform its functions. Now, I mentioned earlier that it can be used as a hoe.
Yes.
This is the hoe.
Wow.
It will just be turning around and digging the ground. Just as our manual hoe does.
Yes.
This does it that way, but does it faster.
I see.
We can dig a trench so that water can pass through to any part of the farm that we want. And we use this to dig the trench. So you can see, it is a versatile tool that does so many things. Yes.
And you said we can just carry it at your back.
That's everything.
Let's see.
So you started your engine. Yes, turn it.
The name again?
Slasher. It gets its name from this first portion. It's a multi-level. a planter.
Yes.
Which we also said plant all grains, multi-purpose, and it does all grains. Now this is called, we call this the single. It doesn't have the fertilizer pot.
Okay.
But the other one has a fertilizer pot. Now, if you want to change from one grain to another, there are discs, different discs inside. Each disc, yes, because it is new, they are there. Each disc you select determines what seed you are planting. So we have several of them. So it's from groundnut, soya beans, maize, paddy, everything. That's all.
Then this, I can just have my what do you call it, my headset and just be planting.
Yeah.
Woo!
Then at this place, it has opened the hole in the ground. It has tipped the bed into the at each click you hear, it has tapped the ground, seed has opened, dropped it in, and then this roller covers the seed.
Wow.
So you just go in a straight line, and then you come back. So by the time they germinate, it's like beautifully lined up.
Wow. It does the work easily.
Yes.
It takes the whole plant and covers it
in the seed and covers it up.
Interesting.
And you can set it. If you want a single seed, double seed, you can set it and it will feed you.
This is very interesting, and it's not just interesting, but it's something that you should adopt. It is something that is good. A simple machine that can help you plant. It digs the hole, you plant, it covers it up, it makes work easy. And trust me, all my queens, Miss Agriculture Ghana, you need one of this. And I'm Mr. Tete.
Yes.
It makes work very easy.
Yes.
It's something that every smallholder farmer should have. It makes work extremely easy. I can just imagine. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And this is the one that has the fertilizer pot.
Yes.
This is double.
Yes.
Double planter.
Not double seed,
okay,
but one seed and the other one is a fertilizer pot. So you can be planting and fertilizing simultaneously.
Wow. Interesting. And we can find all these machines here at RST Company Ltd. Don't get it twisted. RST Company Ltd. is the only company that can sell you all these agricultural machines that can make your work easy. Great. We have a few to look at, then we'll be wrapping up the show. If you have any comments, any questions, just in case you want the contact of RST Company Ltd. or some contacts to follow on, at the end of the show, I'll be putting their contacts out there for you to make it easier for you to locate them. RST Company Ltd. is at La Paz, just under the Abrantier footbridge. RST Company Ltd. You can find us there. We put our numbers on the screens so that you can reach us also on them, just in case you need any of these machines.
Yes, this is the corn combined harvester. It's a single row. You start the engine, put it on gear, and then as you move along, it will be cutting the maize, strip it up or dehusk it, and put it into the container on the right hand side. That container is small, so after some time it will get filled. So you just open it, it will drop, and then there will be someone walking behind who will be picking them.
What's the name again?
Corn combine harvester. Mini corn combine harvester. Also have these sprinklers. We have water pumps, sprinklers, and water hoses. All of them.
It's been an educative and insightful one with RST Company Limited. Anything agri mechanization, don't forget to follow RST Company Limited. And Mr. Tete and his crew will be here to serve you. I believe you had ample information, you had good information, and also you had a practical session, had a look at all these machines here at RST Company Limited. These are all ways towards aid the smallholder farmer. So just in case, fall within the category of a half acre to about 10 acres and you need any machine, and not just a smallholder, even if you're a commercial farmer and you need machines to make your work easier in the agri sector, the place to be is RST Company Limited. We have everything to serve the commercial farmer and also the smallholder farmer. We do installations as well. Any part of the country, wherever you are, you can call on us and we'll be there to help you out. Mr. Tete, I need you to send a word of advice to most of the youth who want to go into agribusiness, especially the young women. They want to go into agribusiness, but this issue about it's tedious, it's for the aged, it's for women who don't slay. When you're into agri or you're into agribusiness and you're a young lady, you grow old, you can't do makeup. What do you have to tell them?
I want to let our youth there know that there is gold in the soil. Instead of going to look for the white collar job that does not exist. I also want to assure them that agri is not tedious. With the use of smaller machines for the smaller holder, it is easier. Agri has become easier and interesting. It's more or less like a hobby, but you are doing business. So they should please come into agri. They have the machines to support them, and they wouldn't look old, they will look younger. They shouldn't think they will become old. They will be still younger because the machines will help them to do every work without tears. And as you make the money, thinking too much will not weigh you down to become old because you are making money.
It's a business.
You look good all the time. So they should go into agri. It is good business.
And finally, there are investors. I know there are people watching us. Some are investors. People want to invest in the agribusiness sector. Would you recommend investment in the mechanization sector? And what sort of investment should we do?
Yes, it's a very fine area. For example, today a lot of people do maize, soya, rice in commercial quantity. They will never be able to do it manually. So we have huge agri machines that will do about 10 tons per hour and things like that. These ones will be able to help them. You can invest in it. Look for an operator, and then he will operate and you'll be making your money with that machine that you have acquired. The only thing is good supervision. And that is all. So you can invest into agri and make money just as other commercial ventures.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you too for bringing us on the show.
And thank you for staying with us. Obviously, this is the most educative and entertaining agribusiness show you have ever been watching. Let's talk agribusiness. Follow us. You can support us by following us, liking our pages on YouTube at Miss Agriculture Ghana, on Facebook at Miss Agriculture Ghana, on Twitter, any of our social media handles at Miss Agriculture Ghana, and also right here on this channel. Drop your comments on any of our videos or pictures, and then let's pick up or let's continue the conversation from there. My name is Ohineba Kosiachira, your Miss Agriculture Ghana, and I'll be doing this today's session with Mr. Tete, who is the CEO and founder of RST Company Ltd. I want to say a very big thank you to my sponsors, because without you, it wouldn't have been possible. Thank you so much to Food Factory Limited. Thank you so much, Food Factory. Thank you so much to Blue Skies. Thank you to all the Media Below crew, to our cameramen, to our light men, to our sound men. You guys are doing great. We love you. And to all the young women who are doing amazingly well in the agribusiness sector, especially to all the queens of Miss Agriculture Ghana. We see you, we love you, and we're still with you. Miss Agriculture Ghana, we say seal, beauty with purpose, the female agriculture sweet taste, powered by the Chamber of Women in Agribusiness Ghana. Same time next week right here on this channel, it's Let's Talk Agribusiness. Bye.